I attended this Financially Fit DC event put on by the Mayor's Office of African American Affairs as well as the Mayor's Office of Women's Affairs. It was an overall solid, positive event where people talked about money matters. Financially Fit DC, they mainly focused on credit scores, how to build your credit, what is the negative impact on your credit, and they also talked about the reasons it was necessary to invest. And one of the icebreakers they started off with was, where do you see yourself financially in 3 years? Also, where do you see yourself in 30 years? As well as 300 years. So I'll just like to talk about where I see myself in 300 years and then talk more about some of the questions that were asked during this session. In 300 years, I want my community, especially those of color that are coming from low income and working class communities, to be more financially empowered because they're financially aware and financially savvy. And how do we get there? We get there by sharing our lessons learned and best practices about money. There's no reason why Generation Z should be suffering from the same challenges or obstacles that have hurt baby boomers. It doesn't make sense. So as a millennial, I feel like it's my duty to let those generations after me know that it's not necessary to take out student loan debt, or they need to start a Roth IRA before they even hit 18, especially if they're already making money on the side where they have a part-time job. On student loan debt, I feel like there's many resources out there where you don't have to take out student loans, whether it be joining the military, doing City Corps, or other types of preparation with your SAT, improving your SAT scores as well as your GPA, negotiating with your school. There's so many options out there where you could just get scholarships and make sure that someone else is paying for your college education. That is not necessary for you to take out student loan debt and have you settled. And then also, let's be real, college isn't for everyone, and that's totally fine. Secondly, on the point of starting a Roth IRA, it's a tax advantage account. You're a 15, 16, 17-year-old, if they have a part-time job, there's no reason why they should just be saving money in a low-interest account. They should actually have that money going toward a Roth IRA, maybe $100 a month. That way, in 40 years, they'll likely be a millionaire. And all that compound interest that's been rolling over, compounding in the stock market, that'll be all theirs, and they don't have to worry about taking any taxes out on it. So I feel like those are small wins to help our community, and I feel like Generation Z should definitely capitalize on our mistakes. So during the question and answer session, an older gentleman asked about the stock market. He wanted to know why he should trust the market, because he was in the market before and he saw that his investment portfolio was declining rapidly, and all he felt that he could do was just take it out. So for me, I feel like it's important to let people know that since the beginning of the stock market, through where the stock market is today, it has earned 8% average year over year. This is through the Great Depression. This is through the dot-com crash. This is through the financial recession in 2009. The stock market has always gained. So if you stay 10 toes down in the market, especially if you're investing in index funds or with your 401k and it's in one of these funds that try to match the market, you'll likely do well. That's why I trust the market and I don't worry too much about volatility. However, his question was about time horizon. So him being a more seasoned individual, he might be worried about his retirement age, and would his investments go down and not be able to return to the previous value by the time he's ready to retire. So that is a question you have to take into consideration. However, if we're talking about generational wealth, you're not really concerned just about your personal overall returns, because your family could feel those positive returns and they could wait out the market, and you could just take out your money that you need for the time being, and you could still remain in the market, and those stocks could still stay with your family if we're talking about generational wealth. Also, someone asked about a 529 college plan. They wanted to know what was the importance of having that. For those who don't know, a 529 college plan is a tax advantage investment vehicle for a parent to pay for the child's tertiary education. That's college, university, or some other post-high school diploma or certificate. Now, me personally, I understand why somebody might, because they're planning to pay for the child's education. Got it. It makes sense. I personally don't plan to pay for education because I feel like there's so many resources out there, as I mentioned earlier in this video, for someone not to take out student loans. It's the same reason why a parent doesn't have to be saving for their child's retirement, because the child can be preparing to use scholarships or prepare their resume, their SAT scores, where they don't have to pay for college. So those are some of the points that I wanted to hit, and some of the questions I felt that it was necessary to expound on to my audience, to my followers and my friends. Thank you again for watching and supporting. Let's keep this conversation going. Tell me your best practices. Let me know your opinions. How you feel about these different money subjects. Let's keep the conversation going. Money matters. Get your money up.